Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explore the lingual and facial surface of tooth number 24 and 25. First, I will start to familiar myself using modified pen crafts. I'm using the index and thumb finger to hold the body of Explorer. They are opposite to each other at the body of Explorer. My middle finger are resting on the upper portion of the sink, and ring finger established fulcrum and finger rest. Okay, the next step is to have correct and selection have correct and selection for the anterior tooth. I have to make sure the tip of Explorer are wrapping around the tooth surface, curve in, and the terminal stings are bisecting the tooth. This is the correct end selection. The incorrect end selection, the tip of the Explorer curved out and terminal sting parallel to the long axis of the tooth. Okay, now I will start to explore the lingual and buccal surface of tooth number 24 and 25 for the surface toward. First, I have to make sure I have correct modified pen crafts. Then make sure to have correct end selection. My fulcrum finger are placing one or two tooth away from tooth I'm working with. In this case, I'm working with tooth number 24 first, then 25 facial, after that 24 lingual, and then 25 lingual. Okay, start at midline of tooth number 24. Adapt one-third of tip of Explorer to the midline of tooth number 24. Activate side lateral stroke. In this case, my elbow drift. My elbow is outward and move inwards as I move to interproximal space. Side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side, side to side, side to side. For the lingual surface of tooth number 24 and 25, I'm using the mirror for the better vision. Okay, I'm also start at midline of tooth number 24. My fulcrum finger are resting or placing one or two tooth away from tooth number 24. Make sure to have correct end selection. In this case, I have to flip the Explorer. And also, my elbow is inward, is toward my body, and move outwards as I reach the interproximal space. Start at midline of tooth number 24. Okay, and also activate side to side lateral stroke. Side to side pivot draw, 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 side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side, side to side, side to side. Okay, the next step and the next technique I'm going to use for explore lingual and facial surface of tooth number 24 and 25 for the surface um, away from. Then a crescent position should sit at 11 to 1 o'clock. Patient's chin down. Okay, for the surface away, I'm also do the same technique. Make sure to have a modified pen crust. Okay, the next one is have correct and selection. Okay, in this case, I know that I have correct and selections because the tip are wrapping around the tooth surface, and also the terminal saying is bisecting the tooth. Okay, so I will start at lingual surface of tooth number 25 first, then tooth number 24, and then using a mirror to explore the facial surface of tooth number 25 and then tooth number 24. Okay, placing my focal finger two or one or two tooth away from the tooth number 24. Adapt 1/3 of tip of explorer to the tooth surface. Start at midline of tooth number 24. My elbow is away from my body and pivot in or move in as I reach the interproximal space. And I activate side to side lateral stroke. Okay, side to side pivot draw, 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 side to side, side to side, side to side. Okay, now exploring the lingual surface of tooth number 24. Start at midline, activate side lateral stroke. My elbow is away from my body and move in as I reach interproximal space. Side to side pivot draw, 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 side to side, side to side, side to side. As I said earlier, now I'm using the mirror to explore the facial surface of tooth number 24 and 25. Now I'm flipping the explorer to have correct and selection. Make sure I have correct modified pen crust. Placing focal finger one or two tooth away from tooth number 25 that I'm working with. Okay, so adapt 1/3 of the tip to the midline of tooth number 25. My elbow is inward and move outward as I reach the interproximal space. Activate side to side lateral stroke, side to side pivot draw, 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 side to side, side to side, side to side. Side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side pivot draw, side to side, side to side, side to side. And this is the end of the video. Thank you for listening.